The winter break, you said this is your first one for the opportunity to take advantage of. What sort of benefits do you see for a club like Dundee for the winter break, and how refreshed are the team coming out of it?
Well, the massive benefit was it gave us a chance to get Sean and Charlie back. Two big players, two players that when they're not in our team, there is a void, we know that. So if we had to keep playing and the game's coming, then it's hard to get them back in when they'd been out for, particularly in Sean's instance, where he'd been out for a while, 14 weeks maybe, where he hadn't played, he was in a brace and doing his rehab. Charlie's was slightly different and not as long, but still a long enough period where you need to get them back in, you need to get work into them. So the winter break on that sense was great, because we got them up to speed. We managed to get a bounce game in against Forfar, which both of them started in and got over an hour, so that was a plus. And then on the other side, players that needed it, as I spoke earlier, Jordan McGee, although he was back and he had the minor surgery on his knee, he probably needed that break to get his fitness up, to get the work on the training pitch up. In the opposite, you look at Paul McMillan, as I say, who's missed one game, I believe, going back, and when we looked at it, I think 3 or 4 training sessions in his full time of being here. So it was a different break for him, where it was just kind of come off him a little bit, whether some others were still working. So to put it, yeah, it was a benefit. Changing didn't really, with the dates changing, didn't affect us too much, and we managed to get clear of the COVID situation as well, albeit we've still got one at the minute. But yeah, it was helpful in that sense, particularly after the Aberdeen game and what had happened on the day of that game. So it came at a good time for us, I believe. But we're back, we're ready to go, and that feeling of excitement's back, that the games are coming back thick and fast. As I say, we've got midweeks coming up, we've got 5 now before the window closes to prepare for, because we'll have our preparations done for the derby, which is the 1st of February by the time the window shuts. So no, it's a busy period on and off the pitch, but it's one we're looking forward to.
Sean Burns agreed to extend his time here at Dens. That must be a great boost for you, that he's staying on for a longer period.
Yeah, he's been excellent. A real consistent player, a real player that probably appreciate him when you're in his team, the work he does, and then I think he gets a real appreciation when he's not there, because you see the void that in the work he does, and he's one of those unselfish players who just goes about his business, but he's so pivotal to what we do, and he's looking good, and I'm delighted to have him extend his stay. He's been great from day one, great lad to work with, and he's a good character in and around the place, but above all else he's a fantastic footballer, and he does a great job for our team. So delighted he's going to be here, but more so I'm delighted he's fit.
There's no easy games at all in this Premier League for Dundee now, but going away to Livingstone for the first one after the break must be one of the harder ones, obviously, that you could have come back from after the break.
Yeah, I think in this league every game's really tough, but looking at some of Livingstone's results, the game here was a good game, and both sides attacking. Their goalkeeper was excellent on the day, and it was a good end-to-end game that day. If you're a neutral, that is, you're disappointed we didn't win it, but when you look at some of the results, are not just at home, I think they're effective away from home, and they've shown that this season, and again that they've shown it, and however many seasons have been in the Premiership, they've changed style as well, or for want of a better word, the way they play, and now they're different and they're harder to predict at times. But as I say, it's I think the job that Davey and Marvin, I know Marvin in particular, and the job Davey's done, it's fantastic what they've done there. But we concentrate on Dundee. We know if we go down there and we're at it with Sean Byrne, Charlie Adam, players like that, Paul McMillan, then we can cause any team in this league a problem, as we've shown, but we need to be at it.
We're in the transfer window now, everything's opened up. Maybe people will be coming in at the club, maybe people will be going out of the club. Does that add any unrest to the changing room during this transfer window in the middle of the season?
No, I don't think so. I think we've been about football enough. We know things like that happening. We just come to training and train hard and prepare as normal. So there's no really, we know these things happen, so it's not going to take any effect. No.
Heading through to Livingstone to play on what I'll refer to as that pitch, does that cause concern within the changing rooms, looking at what you're going to play on?
Again, we train on Astro as well sometimes, just to get used to that. So we've trained on Astro this full week, and won the playoffs last year and stuff like that. We play pretty well on Astro, so there's no excuse there for us there's not going to be an excuse for us to put forward that the Astro is going to affect us, so we'll be ready for it.
I think there are though different types of Astro available out there, and it's probably spoken about that the surface at Livingstone is not the best out of all the Astros that are there. I mean, is that something that you have to work extra on to make sure you get to understand the pitch?
No, I don't think so. I think, like you say, everybody likes to play in grass, it's well known, but when there's an Astro pitch, we'll prepare, we've trained on Astro all week, so it's a bad Astro, a good Astro, it's still Astro, and the ball bounces differently, so you just need to get used to it in the game, so it's not going to be an excuse for us.
You're heading to Livingstone, and they've had a bit of an up and down season. Do you know what kind of Livingstone team you're going to face when you get there? Are you going to get their good side, or maybe not so good side?
Hopefully we get their not so good side and we steamroll them, but no, they're going to be a working hard team, so we know it's going to be tough, but if we turn up as well, we're sure we can get 3 points.